Welcome to this video on the use of functions and parameters in dimensions in 2D sketch mode of Autodesk Fusion. Here we have a fully dimensioned drawing. All the lines are white, not blue, and it's dimensioned here, for instance, with a fixed number, 80. And as we can see, if we hover over that, this dimension has a name. It is called D1. Fusion automatically names all the dimensions we add. This dimension here, for instance, is D2. The interesting thing that we can do with these dimension names is use them in functions. Let me double click this function. And instead of giving it a fixed number 40, let me type in D1 divided by 2. It turns black, which means this is a valid function. I hit enter. Look what happened. It is still 40. That's because D1 is 80. But it has added a function symbol over here, which means this dimension is now based on a function and is calculated. And let me see what happens if we change dimension D1 to say 40 to make it quite small. D2 automatically is recalculated and it is now 20. Let me change it to 120 and it is automatically recalculated to be 60. Also this circle, as you can see, I already put functions inside. Let's see what is in this diameter over here. It is D2 divided by 3, and also the distance from the sides, they are functions, so that means that whatever I type in over here, even a strange number like 73, everything is neatly recalculated, and this is the big benefit of using functions inside dimensions. Now, this is a simple drawing with only a few dimensions. If you have a large drawing with a lot going on, you could easily lose track of where everything is. And for that, we have this parameter list. We can click it and it opens a window. And under our model parameters, and the file is unsaved, a sketch, I have all my parameters neatly listed over here. And I can even edit them over here. Let me change this back to 60. And if I hit enter, we see that our drawing immediately adapts. And also all these functions that I have been using, they are here. I can even edit them here. Of course, this auto numbering of dimensions, D1, D2, D3, it's nice, but if you have a larger drawing with hundreds of dimensions, you will never remember where everything is. And for that, this same parameter list comes to the rescue, because what we can do before starting to dimension, we can add user parameters and we can give them a name. To add one, simply click this plus, enter a name, let's say width. And then I can also give it a number already, let's say 80. And I have now added it to the list. It is not in use yet, but we can start to use it. If I click OK, I can now click this, first hit D of dimension, of course. Click this line. It is 70 apparently, but I want to change it. So let me click and now type W of width. And it becomes black. It is a valid dimension and now it is 80. And over here I can also dimension this one. Let me say I want it to be width divided by 2. Yes, it's black, and now that becomes 40. What we can do now, let me shrink this a little bit. Of course I can change dimensions over here, but I can also change it over here. Here is my width of 80. Let me make it 60, and change in the list is automatically shown in my drawing. And to use names that you can understand is of course nicer than to use names like D8 and D9, which, by the way, secretly in the background Fusion does that automatically. Okay, with this knowledge, let's do a fun project. Let's create this fidget spinner. We need 4 circles. Let me click C on my keyboard and create a circle over here and another one over there. And this one we are going to pattern. The circle is selected, create circular pattern. The center point is going to be over here in the origin, and I now have 3 of them. All we need to do now is create this middle area, the metal part, so to speak, and that is done with arcs. Let me create a 3-point arc. Let's have a look. Yeah, 3-point arc. Click this circle, click that circle, and then the third circle. I want it to be tangent, but it already automatically decides to do that. Let me click. Hit escape to leave this tool. I want these other 2 also to be tangent, so let me click the tangent constraint, then click the line and click the circle. Oh, the circle is moving. That's not what I wanted. Let me do Ctrl Z, hit escape, Ctrl Z. Yeah, we know the solution for that. We had this little lock function. I want to lock all my circles. They are not allowed to move. And let me hit escape and now the tangent constraint again. Now click the circle and the line, and yeah, my circle stays perfectly in place. Okay, this is a 1. To speed up this video, I did the other 2 in exactly the same way. And this is the result of that. Let's now create a couple of parameters in the function list, or rather the parameter list. I'm going to add only 2 parameters. One is the diameter, and I want it to be, for starters, 20. And hit OK, and then add another one, which is going to be named distance. And for starters, let's make it 40. They are now in the list. We are ready to add these 2 dimensions. Let me first unlock the 4 circles, because they are fixed, and that means they cannot change. Yeah, that helped. We already had some constraints. The 3 outer circles, they were on a pattern. This is the pattern. The middle circle, I want it to be identical. So let me hit this equal constraint, and then this circle and the middle circle, that makes the 2 of them equal. And now I'm ready to dimension, D on the keyboard, dimension only this circle, because all the rest will follow. And I have made this parameter called diameter. And there we have it. Click, it becomes black. Yeah, it's a valid function. Let me put it in, and there it is. We also had a distance. And that distance, that is meant to be the distance between this point and the center point. And let me click and then type D and find distance. Yes, it comes black. Yes, there we go. And there we have our fidget spinner. Oh, it moved a little bit. Let me put it back nice, straight. Yeah, there we are. Look what happens now. We can change the dimensions of this fidget spinner using our parameter list. Let's make those circles 30 and see what happens. And automatically the entire fidget spinner is, with these 2 parameters, it is changed. And well, that is big fun, isn't it? Okay, so we can use functions in dimensions, and we can create a list with names that we understand, and we can make changes to the dimensions in the list, and then the drawing will follow. Thank you for watching. Maybe see you back in the next video, where we are going to make this fidget spinner in 3D. For the first time in this video series, we are going 3D. I hope to see you back there. In the meantime, have fun.